strike, and let's say that the market is, this is at, so the market right at 20 bucks, 21. You really want to be in the money a little bit. So you buy a butterfly would be sell. If I wanted to go up, I'm expecting it to go up. I sell a 20 and I buy a 15 and I buy a 25. So what happens as the market goes, and it's right at the money, so if it goes up and it gets outside the 25, I'm gonna lose. Let's say I paid $2 for it. And it gets above 25, I'm gonna lose $2, which is 200 bucks times 100. Okay, if it gets below 15, I'm gonna lose about 200 bucks. But the butterfly, so I paid $2, so 15 plus 2 is 17. 25 minus 2 is 23. So if it lands anywhere in the net, the 23 to 17 net, I make money. And I can make $500 if it's closed at 20 bucks. Okay, that's $5.
So you really don't want it to move?
No, butterflies are used when you got a market, it's just hang it out. That's when you want a butterfly. But I can go on there's a thing called pattern day trader, which means you can't trade more than, I think it's three.
3 times a week.
3 times a week in any 5 days. So you can do it on Thursday, you got it till Wednesday, you can't, it ain't.
Unless you got 25 grand in there.
Yeah, and that's if you're a margin trader. Now, if you're a cash trader, now, there's no such thing as a pattern day. But if you're using their margin to buy a lot more, like, you know, to hedge what you're doing, you only got $1,000, you buying $60,000 worth of product with $1,000. That's a margin. If you got $60,000 and you want to buy $60,000 worth of product, you do whatever you want. You do 100 of them a day. They can't tell you. That's just if there's a margin. Because they don't want you doing so many of them. Then you get me hooked. Because I'm responsible for it. If my platform says I will back you, Pat, all you gotta have is $1,000, and I'll back you $25,000. If it goes bad, guess who owes 24? All I got is $1,000, dude. That's all I got. You owe 24, not me. So what if I did 7 of them? You know, and they're gonna lose $500,000. All I had was $1,000. Okay, but now here's what happens with a butterfly. And this is what's cool. This one right here, I don't know anybody that knows about this one. I'm not kidding. It's a good Lord. Gives me all this stuff, see. But here's what happens. This is called a debit spread. If I didn't do that, if I just went in and said, I want a 20, I want to sell a 20 and buy a 15. That way, if it went up to 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 bucks, I make money. If it don't, it's worthless. It comes off worthless, and I just lose my premium. See, in options, you just deal with your premium, and you pick a strike price. So it's like an insurance premium. You got a house, $500,000 house, but you pay a premium every month to cover that house. So this is what options are. Now, so when I go in to the SPX, which is cash settled every day, that's the S&P or the cash exchange. So it's changed. So I can go in and I do this debit right at the money. I put that on, it costs me, usually what I do is cost about $1.80. Somewhere around in there. That's about what it usually costs, somewhere around, sometimes $2.25. I have bought them for $1.50. Okay? Now this is numbers, 3 more numbers, 20,000. But, so I go in there, because this is cash. So I go in there and I buy that for $180. So they took $180 out, and it says order filled. So as soon as that gets filled, I've got this is 2. This is 1. I bought a 15, bought a 25, and sold, see that mine was sold 2 20s. That's a butterfly. But what I did early in the morning is I just did this. I bought one, because that would be a broken wing debit if I did that, a broken debit. But I bought one, I sold one, bought one, 20 and 15. Anytime you're buying this, that's up. If that would have been a lower number here, it would have been a down. And I can do that on either side, call or put. But then, so then I cue a sell a 20 and buy a 15. This is part of it, right? Now I tell them I will take $2.20 for that one. It won't close because this market's at that first pullback and it starts going in my favor. This will only be worth about $1.50 or something. But the more it goes, the more this thing will start being, because they don't want to sell it no more for $1.50. They want to sell it for $2.20. Well, that's a credit. They're giving me $2.20. I paid $1.80. I'm 40 cents to the good. I now have bought 2 of these, 1 of these and 1 of them. Guess what that is? That's a butterfly. Remember I said you sell 2, buy 1, buy 1? I have now made a butterfly. They paid me $40. It's like going and buying a lottery ticket and them giving you a $20 bill and saying, good luck. And it's going to cash sell at the end of the day. And if it goes completely off the mark either side, I make $40. If it pins, I get $540. If I did 5, I got $200 in the bank no matter what. And I got $2,500 there if it pins. So you can have fun with options, but you got to play around with it.
That sounds.
That's fun, man.
Well, and I'm used to kind of running numbers like that with football on teasers.
Yeah.
I'll take a 13-point teaser, take both teams, take the over and the under, and if I hit him,
Yeah, that's a butterfly. If you hit it in between.
Yeah.
Well, see, you do butterflies.
And like you said, that's a game I'm counting on being on the spread. Like they're going,
And if you did a butterfly, if you bought 125 and sold 2 20s, and you bought 2 15s, that's called a broke wing butterfly. And that, if it goes down, you don't lose your money, you just partially money. Because basically what happens is, let's say it goes to 28. All right, this one right here is a long $15. So you made $13 there off of this one, right? 15, 13 is 28.
Yep.
All right, but you had 2 of these 20s, so you lost 8 and 8, $16 on the middle. This one right here is $3 less, so if it goes to 23, you're $2 into that, you break even. So if you stay in between here, the wins and the losers break you even. But if you get outside of there, this one costs you, this one is worthless, and you lose your $2 or whatever you pay for. If you just buy a straight out butterfly.
basically letting you tease the freaking market.
But nobody know that about it. Cause I read and listen to stuff all the time. I ain't never heard nobody say you can get a butterfly and it's free, or it $10 maybe pay for, or get some money. I make them pay you to trade. And it works. Now I did one.
Well, you know why it works?
I did one.
There's no juice.
I did one month. Let's say last week, one day. Let's just say I did one last day. I can't remember. And I made $380. It was $5 spread like that. I made $380, and I couldn't get it to convert, and so I had to pay $60. But the P&L was $380, so it was really $440 something or something. So I damn near pinned it, just about pinned it. And then I did one day this week, and it never closed, and I lost $160. Because I paid $1.60 for it, And I think, and I had said, see what I didn't think, I just thought, the market, what I just told him, the market was going down. I should have put the credit on first. And then if the other one didn't close, I collected 300 and some bucks. But instead, I put the long on first, and then I put the short on, I mean the credit, and when I put the credit on, I bought it for like I think 160 or 180. That whatever it was, I lost that gum near all of it. It was 180 and I lost 160 is what I did. 160, yeah. I said 360. I was 300 something up on one of them and 160 on, because I don't do them all every day. But I ought to be just doing just that. And doing 3 or 4 contracts, 5 contracts, you know. Because they close more than they don't. But see, if it's going the opposite, like I got in on a call, which was wanting up and it was going down, I should have bought the downside first. Then if it did never convert into the butterfly, I'd have just made money off the spread. But instead, I put the long on and I lost money off the spread because the credit side never closed. Yeah. Just ain't thinking, you know, just always in a hurry. Yeah. But anyhow, what time is it?